Kitchen is the heart of every home where most of our time is spent. Our families get everyday diet and nutrition from there. Hence, it is important to work smart to get most of it. Here are some little hacks to make your life just a bit easier. Well, these won't turn you into a master chef, but just help you cook faster, maintain your kitchen better, and also give you the most nourishment. Number 1. If your pulses are getting spoiled due to weather, you see worms, or you want to keep them for longer times, my grandmother always suggests to put a teaspoon of mustard oil and shake the dal jar. This will not only increase the shelf life of the dal, but will also keep the worms at bay. And believe me, this hack really works for me. In case your blender blades need a makeover, put some rock salt or even just normal salt if you don't have the rock salt. Blend it a couple of times. This will ensure that the blades turn sharp. This is again one of my grandmother's wonderful tip that I am following. Whenever I am washing vegetables like cauliflower, which have tendency to have hidden worms, I always dip them in lukewarm salt water solution. After that, simply strain and you are good to use. If required, you can wash the vegetable once again. This removes the unwanted worms and gives me the fresh and clean cauliflower florets each time. When we use potatoes, we notice they get red just after some time of cutting. For this, always put shredded or diced potatoes in cold water until you are to cook them. This prevents them from turning brown. And believe me, you can even cut them the night before, put them in water, refrigerate and use the next day. Easy, right? If you want to prevent fruits such as apples from turning brown, here's a simple hack. Add a teaspoon of honey and 2 to 3 teaspoons of water to cut apples. This keeps the fruit from browning. This mixture slows down the oxidation process that causes discoloration. If you need to know if eggs have gone bad or not, gently place the uncooked eggs in a bowl of cold water. If an egg sinks to the bottom, it is okay. But if it floats, it's not good to consume. And the floatier it is, the older it is. This is again a very simple hack that proves right for me each and every time. Bread is everyone's go-to meal. From sandwiches to pakoras, it is a wonderful meal. But sometimes storing it gets a bit tricky. To prevent it from drying, simply roll the packet around and pull it downwards. This easy hack saves the bread from drying and you can easily keep it in the refrigerator too. To prevent your biscuits from getting soggy, just put a teaspoon of sugar in your biscuit container or jar. Sugar will soak the moisture and will help your biscuits to be crispy and fresh each time. Mangoes are my absolute favorite. and I'm sure yours too. But always soak mangoes in water for 5 to 6 hours before you consume them. And it is actually a practice that I never miss to follow. Soaking them in water reduces their heat and prevents acne or other types of skin allergies. Refrigerating the kneaded dough, we observe that its top layer starts drying out very soon. So always layer a teaspoon of oil over the dough that you prepare. This not only enhances the taste of the roti but also keeps it soft for a longer period of time. Labeling all my jars and containers is what I always do. I try to label each and everything that I use so it doesn't waste my time the moment I'm using that ingredient. I have a practice to store my pantry in such boxes. I have just pasted a piece of paper with a sellotape and written what's inside. So if you don't want to use any fancy labels, you can just use this hack as well. And it is a great hack. I also have this magnetic booklet and a pencil that I have attached to my refrigerator in the kitchen. Each time I remember something to buy or anything is getting finished, I immediately write it over here. This saves me from extra effort to remember each thing or have my mobile in hand. After all this, it was time for me to relish one of my favorite things, mangoes, which are also in the season. A break is much deserved for all my kitchen organization. Hope this video was helpful to you. Do let me know your comments in the comment section below. Till then, bye.